What's one thing you're most terrified about? Yep, that's right, work. No one likes it. So we began working on one of the scariest retail horror games. I think. Maybe. I don't really know.
Why the hell are you recording?
So to start off, we began planning. We wanted to have a game where the atmosphere would be so eerie, you'd want to immediately uninstall the game. So we made a doc and wrote the overall gameplay and structure of the game. In summary, we wanted to make a retail horror game where you're a worker at a retail store doing casual work until weird things start happening. Things became more and more weird until you decide to eventually leave, but obviously can't. There is more that we planned, but you'll see later.
After planning, I worked on the level design. Fun, I know. So I got some ancient tools, a pencil and paper.
What the fuck?
I then sketched up a rough idea of how the store would look like and chucked that into Unreal. I used the modeling mode and modeled out the walls of the store and began working on the interior. I had no clue how to make the store unique. So I took inspirations from different stores and made this color section thingy, where the colors marked out the different sections. And now came the best part, filling the stores up with items, boxes, adult toys. This shouldn't be too hard as I would borrow assets from Quixel and Sketchfab. And so I began on the toy sections and yeah, it shouldn't be too bad.
While Duck was bringing joy to all the kids of the world, I was working on the player and their core interactions. This would be picking up and placing objects in the world, and for the pickup system, I just yoinked my own pickup system for my dwarf project, of which a video can be found here.
I finally finished the toy section. My god. It looks cool and I individually placed each assets to make it look realistic. However, this would use a lot of computer power. So I merged the groups of items, allowing even potato computers to run this. Now I just have to do the rest of the store.
I then spent roughly 2 days working on the placing of objects, where if you approach a shelf, you can set a special object that would hold the pickup object for you if you clicked on it. The special object would be invisible, and you could aim at it with an object in hand to place it in that spot. To make it more modular, you can choose what can be placed in that spot, stopping other things from being placed.
Goddamn pencils.
I jerked off too much.
I'm recording, you know.
Oh.
I don't want to be alive anymore. I want you to show
I'm finally finished. Well, not really. Working on the level design for 2.5 weeks was not healthy, and I felt like restarting the whole level because there's more than 500 actors, and my PC is about to... But I spent all this time, so I'm gonna leave it. I then began working on the task completion system, where once the player completes a certain amount of tasks, it then shows the next one and the amount they need to do. It's done by having an interior counting how many tasks is then connected to the widget blueprint, which increases, and then you press Alt4 and... I then set the project file to EJ so he could connect it up to the pickup system.
While I was working on cleaning up the placing feature, Duck sent me the files for the task manager, which was really simple to hook up. I basically just called on the task script to increase the counter for tasks complete when something was completed. For example, if I placed an object on the shelf, the counter would increase by 1. Simple. I also wanted to make other features like fixing a fuse box. So, fuse box. Simple. Easy. Just like the placing feature, but instead of the shelves. We've got a fuse box. But I got those fixed and decided that the player just didn't feel alive enough. Wait, I got it! We need a Flubber Cam.
What the fuck, huh?
Basically, when the player turns, they should lean into it like a plane. So, using a really kind poster on the UE5 forums, I followed their process and got something working nicely. Wait, what the heck? I could have sworn that poster said run. Well,
Afterwards, I wanted to work on something juicy, so I worked on adding some random jump scares that would occur when the player is completing chores. I got the creepy full-faced doll, slapped it to Mixamo, and got a walking no! I added a trigger box where, in the level blueprint, if the player collides to it, the walking animation will spawn at a location, and hopefully... I then wanted to add a mannequin jump scare.
I was wrong.
So I began working on making the mannequin's head follow the player, and, what there? Kinda works. Yeah. I then added the same trigger box system, so now the mannequin will now death stare you for a few seconds, making you feel uncomfortable and violated sexually. Now you know how we spent 2.5 weeks on this map? I'm just gonna... Now I only did this because it takes 20 minutes to open the project every single time, which... no. So instead of working on a whole blueprint grid and drawing it up with pencils, I used Unreal Engine's cube grids in the modeling mode and started making the walls of the store. This time I didn't make it too big. I mean, it's pretty big, it's huge, way above average. Okay. And now because I merged all the items, I was able to just recycle it and put it to this level, making the filling process very quick. Didn't last too long. Now with all the sections done, I began adding jump scares I created before. And now I need to start editing this video because you guys want more videos. I hope.
So yeah, this is what we have so far. It's not much, and there's still so much to do, but if you want to see more, smash that like button, or dislike if you did. And if you want to see what we'll be adding later on in the future, and for other videos we'll milk for content, subscribe! Blech.